Welcome back to another episode of Xander Unboxing Hasbro Bays. How you all doing today? Today we're going to look at Turbo Spryzen S4. The Sing Shock version, not the TT unfortunately. But I do have to say, I was really hesitant on buying this bay because it has beaten me in a lot of battles. And it kind of made me very mad. But you know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. So here's the box, Slingshot. It's a really good bay. Like, I'm not gonna deny that fact. Hasbro did a really good job of making this. Check out the back. There are its stats. Very high in attack for a balanced bay. I don't know why my camera's not unfocusing or focusing, whatever it's called. This bay can be turned either right or left. That is one really cool thing about it. And with it being a turbo bay, it does have the burst lock system. So, for all of you Beyblade Burst players out there on the app, or maybe you haven't tried out the app yet, go ahead and try out the app, scan the QR code at the end of this, and you can start using Turbo Spryzen, the app, today. But let's go ahead and start unboxing Turbo Spryzen S4. Okay, folks, here he is, Turbo Spryzen S4. So, like I said, those white tabs on the energy layer switches it between right and left spin. It does have the burst lock feature on it. Both sides have wings that I believe, like this one pops out and the opposite one pops out. And like I said before, if you stay until the end of the video, you'll get the QR code for the Beyblade Burst app. So don't miss out on that. Here we have the forge disc, which you can see this is a 0 forge disc, which is one of the heaviest ones, and you also get this attachment. I think it's called wide. I could be mistaken. And here's the performance tip. It's actually the same performance tip you get with Phantom Trigger. Only difference is that it's red. It has 3 different modes. I believe this one's defense, one's attack, and one's stamina. But it's actually, like I said, granted it's made me mad in a lot of battles because of it beating me. It's actually a really good bay, and I'm actually really happy to get it. Picked it up last night. But now we're going to go ahead and start weighing each piece using my brand new scale. And you will notice with this scale, it does not do decimal points, so everything will be rounded up. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to a few really close Beytubers that have really helped me out making these videos and try and just make me be a better Beytuber myself. The first one is my good friend, the Rogue Blader. Check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. After that, you have Finner Time Family. He actually was the one who set up the Beytubers Facebook group, so also, check out his channel in the description below, and check out our Beytuber group if you're a Beytuber yourself, or if you just love Beyblades. And last but not least, we have Galaxy Blader. He's actually the one that helped me make my logo for my channel, and he's really good at what he does. So, once again, if you're a Beytuber, maybe you want a logo, reach out to him through our group, and he could probably help you out. So let's get to the weighing of each part. Okay, so the energy layer, it doesn't have a God chip on it. So we all know we just weigh it separately at 16 grams. Pretty hefty. Next we're going to do the forged disc. It is a whopping 27, but that's also because it does have the attachment onto it. So normally I want to say the zero forged disc is actually about 23 grams. So that attachment brings it up a whole another 4, maybe 5 grams. And then the performance tip, we have a whopping about 6 or 7 grams. Depending on if this thing wants to not keep changing its mind. Altogether, you're looking at 50 grams. So it's actually the heaviest bay that I own from Hasbro, not including the Pro Series. So it's a pretty hefty boy. But okay. Now we're going to get into the nitty gritty and do some test spins and battles. Okay, so we're going to do a couple test spins and I will test it up against one of my main team bays. I'm actually thinking maybe going up against my heavy defense. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! So I thought the tip that I had on there was the defense tip, but it's acting way much more like an attack tip. So I'll do 3 different launches, show you how each tip acts. This is the flattest tip on there. So about to dive down. So as you all see, that's the flat tip. I'm going to now switch it to this more pointier tip. And I recommend, even though these aren't TT bays, I always push in the wings for the burst lock before launching. It kind of eases my mind, make sure I'm not going to break anything. So 3, 2, 1, go shoot! So this tip is acting more defensive, maybe stamina. It does have a lot of speed behind it than the first one. So I want to say this is probably the stamina tip. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, comment down below, let me know so I can let others know, I can know myself, I can put it down in my notes in my research binder. But to me, this is acting very stamina. Defense kind of does the same, but circles around more, where stamina likes to sit in a singular spot, in my opinion. Eventually it will stop spinning, maybe not. Okay, now for the last tip change. So I believe this is supposed to be stamina, but I feel like it's going to work more like defense. Let's give it a try. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! So yeah, to me that works more as a defense. I actually don't like my defense bays just stand in the middle. So I'm going to call this a defensive type. I like a strong defense makes a very good offense. So plus it's not spinning as long as the last one, and stamina normally means a long time spin. So there you go. There's the 3 test launches. Now we're going to do a practice battle with Perfect Phoenix. Alright, so once again, we're going to do 3 battles with Perfect Phoenix against Turbo Spryzen. I'm going to switch the tips per battle so you can get an idea of how each tip works. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. This was the last tip I had already put on it when I did the test spin. So I'm going to call this defense. And Perfect takes the win. Okay, so now this one is the, I believe, the stamina tip. But we all know stamina is supposed to beat defense, so this one should technically beat Phoenix. And there you have it. Okay, last but not least, we're doing the attack tip. So, 2 out of 3 matches, Spryzen beat Phoenix. It's a really good bay. I recommend, if you don't already have them, get them. Even if you don't like Spryzen or the Turbo series, whatever your reasoning may be, the parts you get with them are really good parts. And it's like using like 3 or 4 different bays in one, because not only do you have a right and a left spin bay by switching the middle, but you also get 3 different tips for the price of 1. Continue. So, like I said before, it's a really good bay, which it was able to beat my main team bay 2 out of 3 times. Granted, it wasn't really a fair fight because I launched Phoenix in first every single time. I should have really alternated that, but I wanted to give you guys a feel of how he is, whether if he wins or lose. And like promised, here is the QR code. So go ahead, pause the video, scan it in your game. 3, 2, 1. And yeah, like I said, if you don't already have this bay, I'd pick it up. Like, it's a really nice bay, and who doesn't like Spryzen? Shu was one of my favorite characters when I started watching Burst, and why I actually picked up Lord Spryzen from the Hypersphere set. Even though I really don't necessarily like Hypersphere, the tips kind of bother me, but everything else about him is pretty good. But don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, ring-a-ding-ding that bell, and stay tuned for my next video. I will give you a hint, it's not Hasbro related. It's going to be the first TT unboxing. Stay safe out there, and let it rip. Bye.